Yo, what the fuck is going on, Americans? Jericho Green here with you once again, man, and I gotta chime in one more time on this Jussie Smollett bullshit. Hey, Jussie! What happened, man? Okay, now, in case you're not familiar with this case for some strange reason, let me bring you up to speed. So on the 29th, allegedly, 2 o'clock in the morning, Jussie is hungry. Jussie says, Jussie wants a sandwich, Jussie's gonna go eat. Not Uber Eats, not fucking, some late night delivery spot, no. I'm gonna hit the streets, minus 21, let's do this. Subway is that good in Chicago, I guess. So he leaves his apartment or whatever, wherever he's staying, he leaves it, goes to Subway. They got footage of him in Subway getting his sandwich. And then he leaves, and apparently a couple guys are like, hey, aren't you that Empire nigger faggot? They approach him, and he's like, what the fuck did you say to me? They start going at it. Boom, fists are flying. So he says, while he's scuffling with one dude, he says, dude hit him in the face. He hits him back. They get to scuffling. While they're scuffling, the other guy is like stomping him in his back. Like, get off of him, right? So he apparently was attacked by the two weakest dudes in Chicago. Because if a dude gets a clean shot off your face, chances are you're going the fuck to sleep. But anyway, they fight, boom, whatever. They put a rope around his neck and pour bleach on him. Now, I get the pouring the bleach. Okay, let's say it wasn't minus 21. Let's say that bleach doesn't freeze at 18 or 19 degrees, which it does. Okay, I get you with the pouring of the bleach. But how did you get the rope around his neck? You didn't knock him out. Nobody was holding his hands down. So how did you get the fucking rope around his neck or the twine, whatever this shit was? Did you say, hey, man, before we go, can we get this rope around your neck? Is that cool? And Jussie's like, all right, fuck it. Go ahead, put the rope around my neck. So then this fool goes back to his dwelling, eats the sandwich, because Subway is that fucking good. A Subway sandwich is that good, is that after a hate crime, after you get your ass whooped, bleach thrown on your face and clothes, and a rope put around your neck, man, I gotta eat this damn footlong, because Subway is delicious. So he eats his sandwich. He doesn't want to call the cops. His choreographer or somebody convinced him to call the police. So he calls the police. The police show up 45 minutes later or so. He still has the rope around his neck. Now, he says he had the rope around his neck. Remember, he did a little interview with Good Morning America. He said he left the rope around his neck so the police could see it. So they could see, look what these racist motherfuckers did to me. So the police show up. And I guess in the original interview, he didn't mention it, but in a later interview, he mentioned that when they were leaving, they yelled, "This is MAGA country." And they took off, right? So, of course, after the word gets out that this happened, all these celebrities, and two of them specifically, Kamala, the Ugandan nightmare, Harris, the Democratic candidate for 2020 presidential race, she gets on Twitter and says, this is a modern day lynching. This was an attempted lynching and Then Corey, assault against Booker, he comes out, says the same thing. This was an attempted lynching. And for all of you Republicans who weren't for the anti-lynching act, some shit he's trying to get passed to where you get more time for a hate crime. There's more severe penalty. This ought to be the catalyst. This ought to make you support it. What lynching bill, you fucking turd? Who the fuck is getting lynched out here so much that we need an anti-lynching bill? Get the fuck out of here with this fake racism. America is a racist country. We are stuck in 1952 bullshit. No one should sign that stupid fucking bill because that is no longer a problem. Now, Speaking of Assaulticus, he's now saying that, I'm not going to comment further until more information comes out. Maybe you should have done that first, dummy, but you can't help yourself. You can't help yourself. You are so thirsty for racism to be happening in this country. Your TDS is so fucking bad that you cannot help yourself. I get it. So anyway, fast forward. Now this shit starts coming out. These two Nigerian dudes are being mentioned. Like, what? Two Nigerian dudes? I thought they were white MAGA hat wearing, black folk hating white people. You know, Trump supporters. So it turns out these two fucking Nigerian brothers who live in the area, who one of them was on Empire as an extra, and apparently they frequent the same gym. He hired one of them to be his personal trainer to get him in shape for this video or whatever. These guys have something to do with this. So first we hear about them. All right. Then he has his little Good Morning America interview. And she's asking him, why do you think this happened to you, Jussie? And he says, you know what? I go pretty hard on 45, you know? Basically saying, I talk a lot of shit about Trump, so I think this is why this happened. Man, nobody gives a fuck about you that much. That many people didn't even hear you talk shit about the president. Not even that many people watch that bootleg low-budget ass bullshit called Empire on Fox. But according to him, he's so popular, his hate for 45 is so much on everybody's radar that two people were like, you know what? I'm tired of this fucking C-list actor on Fox talking shit about my president. You ready, Billy Bob? Hell yeah, I'm ready, Johnny Ray. Rope. Got it. Bleach. Got it. MAGA hat. Got it. Ski mask. Got it. Time check. 2 a.m. Temperature. minus 21 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's get the fuck out of here. That's what happened. People were so angry that you're talking about the 45th president of the United States that we need to do something about this. And he starts with the little fake ass crocodile tears. And like a child cries because they don't want to get in trouble. You can see through this shit a mile away. It's pitiful. But he musters up some tears. He is an actor. So come to find out, these Nigerian dudes, the same day of the attack, take off to Nigeria. When they come back, the police are waiting for them. The police talk to him, interview him. They release him. They let him go. Now, if you go to the police station and the police got some shit on you and then they let you go, that means you were me. You were singing like a bird. You told them something. That's why they let you go. So they tell Jussie, they say, hey man, we're going to need a copy of your phone records. Jussie was like, no. So after a few days, I think almost 2 weeks, he gives them a copy of his phone records, but it's heavily redacted. Meaning people's names and shit and numbers were crossed out. And so in the Good Morning America interview, she asked him, why were your numbers redacted? Why was the information redacted? He says, well, look, I'm not just going to give my phone to some tech for 3 or 4 hours. I have personal pictures on there. I have personal phone numbers. I have my partner's number. I have my co-star's number. And I don't know what's going to be done with the information. Look, Jussie. America just called and they said they don't give a fuck about Terrence Howard or Taraji P. Henson's fucking phone number or personal information. They don't. Nobody cares about your dick pics. Nobody cares who your fucking partner is. Some tech inside the police stations are like, dude, guys, come here. Check this shit out. Look at Jesse's dick. This is Terrence Howard's number. Nobody gives a fuck, man. And if they did do that, don't you think it'd be pretty easy to trace back who uploaded that to the internet? You fucking retard. Now, I've said this before. I'll say it again, people. My dad used to always tell me, never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Meaning, keep that shit to yourself. If you're going to do something this stupid, do it by yourself. When you get people involved and the police involved and they start talking about time in prison, and these dudes are Nigerian, so I don't know if they're legally, if they're born here and they just happen to be Nigerian, or they immigrated here. But maybe the police were saying, look, man, Well, it will deport your ass right back to Nigeria. You forget about all this electricity and food. Your ass will be right back there in Nigeria. What you want to do? But for some reason, these dudes gave him up. And whether it's a prince in Nigeria who just needs $3,000 so he can unlock 30 million, or this bullshit fake hate crime, you gotta watch those Nigerians. They're always up to a scam. Now, Nigerians in the comment section, chill the fuck out. I'm just kidding. But isn't that ironic that people known for scamming your ass are involved in a fucking scam? So Jussie was supposed to meet with the police today, or they were hoping he would. His attorney released a statement saying, we're in contact with the police, but we're not going to meet with them today. So, Jussie, what the fuck were you thinking, man? Did you guys hatch this plan in a post-coital pile of dicks and sweat? And he was like, they're going to write me off of Empire. Can you believe that shit? And they were like, we don't want you to be written off of Empire. How can we help you? What can we do? What the fuck? How did you guys hatch that stupid ass pea brain scheme? Okay, I'm gonna go get some stuff at 2 a.m. You guys come out, hey nigger faggot. You guys slap me around a little bit, and then we're gonna tell the police they're gonna feel so bad it's a hate crime because we're in Trump's racist America that they're gonna leave me on the TV show. And of course, Fox releases a statement saying, what? We're never gonna write Jussie out of the TV show. That's ridiculous. He remains a core part of this cast. Now, you can't blame Fox. They got to cover their asses. Of course they're going to say that. But what in the hell were you thinking, man? They got surveillance footage at Ace Hardware. Ace is the place for your helpful hardware folks. Well, now Ace is the place to get your supplies for your bullshit schemes, your hoaxes. Hate crime. That's the dumbest shit ever. What's a hate crime? Why do you get in more trouble for hurting a protected class than hurting someone who's not in a protected class? Meaning a white person or somebody who's not colored or gay or bi or trans or LBGT ABC or whatever the fuck. That doesn't make sense, and that is not fair. You shouldn't get more time, more punishment, more whatever because you hurt, harmed, or killed somebody who's in a protected class. That's bullshit. That's not equality. All these fuckers yell and scream and holler about equality, but they want no parts of it. You should be treated the same. No matter who you harm or kill or steal from, it doesn't matter what color they are or who they're fucking. It should be the same. We're all created equal, right? So why would these politicians, aka criminals, namely Assaulticus Booker, why would they be pushing for something that gives you more time for committing a hate crime? That's bullshit. If something happens to me, I don't want the perpetrator to get more time because I'm black. When if he did the same thing to a white dude, he would get less time. How fucked up is that? But this story, this bullshit is unraveling faster than we can keep up. Every day there's something new. So I'm going to leave it alone for a little bit. I'm going to back up until the next bombshell is dropped upon us. Until his ass is in front of a podium in handcuffs. Until the chief of police is out there saying, hey, we've made an arrest. We've arrested Jussie Smollett. How did you think this was going to end, dummy? You got the FBI involved. FBI stands for find bullshit immediately. That's what they do. And when they asked for his phone records, they already subpoenaed his phone records. They had an actual full copy of them without the redacted numbers. So they told him this already knowing what the truth was. They set him up. So they knew what his phone records looked like, but they wanted to see what this fucking numbnut was going to bring them. And sure enough, he tried to bring him a steaming pile of bullshit. So they took the copy they had against the copy he gave them, and looked at the numbers that were redacted and figured, hey, maybe these are the numbers that we need to focus on. Jesus criminy, man. You can't be that stupid. You can't be that thirsty to be on a TV show to come up with some harebrained bullshit like this that collapsed in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And you got all these fucking TV stations. Oh, the hate crime. He was attacked. I'm not saying alleged attack. No. It wasn't the alleged attack. It was the attack. This had to happen. Anything like this that goes down post-Trump presidency has to be real. And it's messed up because people who are the victims of real crimes based on their race or their sexual orientation will have to be looked at through a prism of doubt. Because all these dumbasses over these fake morons keep crying wolf. And the people who it really happens to are the ones who are going to pay the price in the court of public opinion. Now, every time some shit like this happens, people are going to be like, yep, let's wait and see what happens. I bet it's some bullshit, no matter how fucked up it is. Just like that little girl, Jasmine Barnes. We just knew that evil white man rolled up on that car and shot her. Nope. Turned out to be a couple of nigglets who were mad about some bullshit that happened at a club. Tawana Brawley. These men viciously raped her, shit on her, pissed on her, and shoved her in a fucking trash bag. Oh, huh? What? Oh, no, that was bullshit too? Oh, okay. Yeah, that turned out to be some bullshit. Thanks, Al Sharp Tongue. The Duke lacrosse team. It goes on and on. So now, people who are the victims of fucked up shit like this, people aren't going to believe them. And it's sad. All because of some D-list, sub-famous punk motherfucker on a TV show on Fox. You can't write this shit. And you know what? You don't have to. Just sit back and wait for the left to write it for you. Jussie! Man, you headed to the booty house. And you know what? Maybe that was his plan all along. Maybe that's what he wanted from the jump. Maybe he knew if he messed up bad enough, they would lock him up in a building full of dudes. Makes sense. He's gay, right? If a straight guy knew he could commit a crime and get locked up in a building full of titties, wouldn't he do it? Man, like I said, I'm going to back up, see what happens. I'll be right here, same bat time, same bat channel when they arrest this fucking dummy. Now you know how it goes, people. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Oh yeah, before I go, happy President's Day. Please sub, hit the notification bell, follow your boy on the Twitters at @Green_Jericho. Utilize that PayPal link. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.